Welcome to another episode of the Grappling with Life podcast. Today we're always trying to break new ground. So we have a Jiu Jitsu Black actually from France, who I've been following for a long time actually. He doesn't know this, but I've been following him for at least 7 years. His feed came across and on YouTube, and I clicked on his, and I realized he was obviously speaking French. I know a little bit of French, but so when I started the podcast, again, he was one of the guys that I wanted to get on, but I was a bit shy to ask him. So the other day, I plucked up the courage to ask him. So we have with us today Samir Bensai from France. How you doing, Habibi? Okay?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Everything's all right.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Thanks once again for having me here. It's an honor to share a little bit of my experience or story with you and all the listeners.
Barakallahu fik. Obviously, like, you live in France. Firstly, whereabouts in France do you live?
I live close to Paris, about in car, let's say 40 minutes from Paris.
Drive from the center of Paris?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Did you grow up in Paris, or do you live where you grow up, or?
Not in Paris yet, but in we call in France the banlieue.
Right.
So I was born near here, and I grew here, and sometimes I travel. Sometimes I try new experience in some other country. Maybe we'll talk about this.
Inshallah.
But I always come back.
Alhamdulillah. So I thought we're gonna play a little game, yeah. So I'm gonna say two words and you have to choose one. Yeah? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, first one, pulling guard or takedown? Which one?
Pulling guard.
Pulling guard?
Yeah, for sure.
A'udhu billah, man.
Pulling guard all day.
All day, yeah?
all day, every day.
Okay. First time someone said that on the podcast. That's you've made history today.
Yes.
And you're proud.
Yes, for sure. I'm here for history.
Alhamdulillah. Good. Okay, right. This obviously today is the final. Real Madrid versus Liverpool today. So Real Madrid or Liverpool?
So if it wasn't Real Madrid,
yeah.
I will go for Liverpool.
Right.
But I'm 100% for Real Madrid. I love very much Karim Benzema.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So I want him to win the Ballon d'Or. I want him to win this big trophy. Yeah. But I have a lot of respect for Liverpool because it's one of the biggest football club in history.
Yeah, that's true.
And one of my dreams is to go to Anfield to feel this energy.
Yeah, I heard it's really good, man. It's quite far from London, but we've never been. Zach, who do you think? Real Madrid, Liverpool, bro?
Liverpool all the way, man.
Liverpool?
Yeah, bro.
Astaghfirullah, man. What about you, Imran?
English team.
Huh? Real Madrid?
No, you know what? I used to like Liverpool, but
sell out.
The fans are just they're annoying me.
Is it?
Man, Liverpool.
And Abby, what do you think? Liverpool. See, I want. I actually want Real Madrid because I think Benzema has had an amazing season, and I think he actually deserves the Ballon d'Or this year, man. He should have got it a few years ago. I think he's very underrated, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. Shay or qahwa? Mint tea or coffee?
Qahwa.
Qahwa all the way, yeah?
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. That's it. So who do you think? Okay, so we had we had this conversation off camera, but obviously we were debating here that where you're from, and why don't you share with the audience where you're from, like your parents?
Yes, I'm half Moroccan, half Algerian. My father is from Algeria, from Xantena.
Oh, Xantena. Okay, yeah.
Xantena. And my mother from Berkane in Morocco. But I used to go in Rabat, Darbeda, Casablanca. So this is my background, and I'm born in France.
Okay, so have you been to Algeria before?
I've been not that much, maybe three times, because I still have family out there, and I want to go to see them. And I went to Alger.
Okay.
And I really love the place, the energy,
Yeah.
I felt home right away.
MashaAllah.
So there's something that you cannot explain. You go to some place, you feel the people, you talk to them, and okay, that's my home. It's okay. So
I remember, like, obviously we're from similar generation, yeah. So I'm guessing you went to Morocco more, because I know in the 90s Algeria was very difficult to. It was very, you know, with the civil war happening. So we missed out. Even me, I missed out a lot from going back home. And I think first time we went to Algeria was 2003, isn't it? Yeah. So 2003 was the first time we ever went back.
Okay.
SubhanAllah.
15 years.
After
15 years.
No, longer than that, man.
20 years.
25 years since my dad left. He came back.
Okay.
And just so for listeners, I've got my dad on the podcast. Why don't you switch to him, bro? Give him a salam, baby.
Salam alaikum.
So the reason why I brought him on is I was scared that maybe
Stuck.
I don't know how good Samir's English would have been, and I don't know how good my French would have been. So I got my dad, who's actually a translator anyway. So I thought if there's any, was it accrochage?
Accrochage.
Accrochage. Well, how do you translate that? Miscommunication, maybe. Yeah. So like my dad could have come in and helped us out, but mashallah, Samir's English is mashallah very good. I got to admit. Allah barak. Okay, so what was my last one? I was gonna say to you Algeria or Morocco, but I'm not gonna put you in that position.
That's the story of my life.
There you go.
So
okay, can I ask you a question? Because because we call them beurre, right? You were called. So obviously how do you explain that? It's a term used. The word beurre is a term used mainly in France, right? If someone who is born in France but is an Arab, right?
Yes.
So what was it like growing up in France, being an Arab, North African? What was your experience growing up in Paris?
It's a deep question.
Yeah.
It's a very deep question because now I'm 43 years old and I went through various phases in my life.
Yes.
When I saw things differently than now. First, when I was a kid, my parents were little business owner.
Yeah, small business owner.
I grew in the campaign, not in the. I grew with the. You know the campaign.
The countryside.
Yes.
The countryside, yeah.
So it was not
village.
Yes, village.
Yeah.
Village was like animals.
Okay, right.
So I was the only Arabic out there. So, but my mind, I never thought I was different or something.
Yeah.
Until someday, someone tell you that you are different.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge that, and of course, me in my mindset, I don't have a better mindset than someone else.
Yeah.
But I always believe that if you are good in something, if you want to achieve something, you just go get it. That's from a young age. I had this in mind, so I was not looking at they look at me bad or something like that. But when I look back, I had to manage some situation that was not fair, that was not very good. So, but it's okay. It never pulled me down or, but and there is a lot of a big community also. The problem is the problem that we can find. It's when the French people who are born French, the real French,
Yeah.
not the, start to looking at you, pointing at you. So the people start to go with the people that look like them.
Yeah.
And it can start some problem in some places, but that's the story. I think
That's
in
life,
every
yeah.
country there's a life. It's but growing in France, it was good. It was great. It was
Alhamdulillah. I would explain to you my experience. So when we went to Algeria in 2003, we drove. So we went from Calais all the way down to Marseille. So we stayed in Grenoble for a little bit. Is it Grenoble?
Avignon.
Avignon, sorry. Avignon. Yeah, we stayed in Avignon for a little bit. But I didn't go, no. Yeah, I didn't go. So we went to Grenoble. And I remember being a British guy, English guy, British Algerian, yeah? The difference in culture, first, number one, yeah? It was like, when I was in Avignon, it was like an alien came, you know, like... and it was like they were looking like this, and I never, for coming from London, we didn't experience this, you know. But the lifestyle was different. Everything was outside, beautiful weather. Everything was outside. Fresh bread in the morning, like, you know, cheese. You know, all this stuff. Like having everything was outside, mashallah. So going to the mountains, going to the, you know, mashallah. I really love that lifestyle. But when you're together, you know, when you have a group of Muslims around or Arabs around you or people from your community around you, you don't feel it. But as soon as you go into the town center, that's, especially if you're in a big group, that's when everything starts to change a little. This is 2003, you know. But I think, you know, with there's differences in culture between French and English, you know. So, like, you know, with English, like I would like to, we've been brought, live and let live. You do what you want, we do what we want, you know. And then sometimes there's a little bit of, but I think from speaking to my father as well, with the French, they want you to be, you have to be French. Do you understand?
Yes,
you have to choose this or this. You know, you can't be, and that's kind of the trouble that when I went there, like I really, I had a problem with it, you know, and I saw the way we were treated as well. Like, there's some people, like, we did experience this in England a little bit, but in France it was in your face like this, you know.
yes.
that's what
I remember my first experience at work. You know, I get my degrees, I go to work, I get the, how do you say, the appointment to get the job.
Interview.
To get the job. Okay?
Job interview, yeah.
So everything went great. And the guys at one point told me, and he was, it was good for me because he was clear. But he told me, you know, we have a lot of customers who are a little bit racist. So we would like you to engage you to change your name because Samir Bensai, it's too much Arabic. So it would be nice if you change.
Yeah.
So my first experience.
Wow.
So for sure, my Algerian DNA came up. And I told him, I think I will add my parents' name. So in front of her. So by the way, I told them no way I will change something, a technique like this, or I will find another way. So they took me for the job.
Alhamdulillah.
And alhamdulillah, I worked 2 years for them, and I was traveling in France. I was staying one week in one area, 1 week in the other area. And it was a great experience because I met the deep French people. And I was about 22 years old. 22 years old, and well, for sure, I had some experience. I could not imagine that I will have. For one example, just one quick. Once I go to a little village, maybe like you came in Avignon, they saw you like an alien. It was the same thing for me. Well, I was in a shoot, and. I was searching for a hotel to sleep during the week, and the owner, literally, they were afraid. They asked me, "Do I have the money to pay?"
Wow.
Yeah, so I have everything. I have check, I have cash, and all the week they were on me because in France you don't have halal food.
Yes.
So I told him, so I don't, I asked for nothing, just I don't eat meat. And they were, no, you have to eat this, you can go. So do your business, let me eat what I want. So this is, and I feel during a time when I was younger, I was a lot of hope in the sense that I was feeling that everything will be for the better.
Yeah.
More the time advance, and it will be more for the better. But now I can tell you it's worse and worse. That's yes, this is a fact. This is a fact. It's worse and worse. So this is okay. This is the life. That's why I am. That's why. In my career, at one time, I stopped to work for someone else. I said stop. I will do my own thing. The only thing that I know a little bit was Jiu-Jitsu. So I threw all the way. I go full in Jiu-Jitsu and see what's happened.
Alhamdulillah.
That's why...
You know, Wallah Adim, I'm being honest with you, yeah? We have a lot of love for the French brothers. Honestly, because what you guys go through, that we have our moment of 15 minutes in the news, yeah? Like, there's, I mean, it was really bad after September 11th. Alhamdulillah, people are way more accepting. Now we have halal food inside school. We have everywhere you can, there's masajid everywhere, especially in London. Everywhere you go, you can pray, people are more accepting. It's actually got better, you know. As a Muslim, I would say in London, I can only speak for the UK, yeah, and specifically London. I would say my children are having a better Islamic experience. There are some obviously issues, yeah. Don't get me that we have now that we didn't have before, but in general, mashallah, most people are more accepting, yeah. We have actually a listener. Brother Yassine from France, he listens to this podcast. Okay. So he's going to be very happy today. So inshallah, where's Imam, where's Yassine from? He's living in Turkey now, yeah? Okay, so this brother, he's moved to Turkey. And what's happened as well, Samir, is a lot of French guys have moved to London.
Yes, I have a friend of mine, a really close brother.
Yeah.
He moved with his family, wife and children. They are living in London. They are living quite well. They are happy with their living. I used to think one day to go in London, but the only thing that stopped me is the weather. The weather.
Oh, weather is terrible, man. It's actually bad.
I tend to go on the south of France,
Yeah.
more south, but to go more north.
You know, this week, Samir, this week, there was one day I left the house. It was raining in the morning. 11 o'clock, sunshine. 3 o'clock, wind. 5 o'clock, lightning. And then in the night, it's boiling hot. So it's this May, June time is like, but yeah, France, mashallah. There's two things I love about France. Actually, three things. The nature, the countryside,
Yes.
beautiful. The weather,
Yes, by the way.
and the food. So, not really French food, but more kind of like, I love the fact that when we went to Marseille, it was like being in Algeria. It was like you're literally an extension of Algiers inside Marseille. How often do you go to Marseille? How often do you travel around?
This is my favorite city from heart.
Oh, is it?
Yes. To all the people who live in Marseille, they said this is not a good place to live, to grow your children, but you don't know why you love Marseille, but when you go out there, it's something special. Maybe by the history. And when I was a young kid, I used to support the Marseille team.
Oh, yes, Marseille, yeah. Do you support them now?
Always, because I cannot change, you know. I can. But when I was kid, I was supporting the team, and they won the Champions League at this time.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So it was amazing. It was to this day, it's the only club in France, team in France, who won the Champions League. So sometimes, once every 2 years, I go out there,
relax,
see a football game, see the sun. I really enjoy the city.
So, mate, I'm gonna extend an invitation to you. Yeah, inshallah. Whenever you want to come to London, come down, bring your family. Inshallah, you train with us as well. We'll show you a good time. Inshallah.
Thank you.
And if you want to come July time.
Okay.
You can almost predict the weather. Yes. So if you want to come,
I appreciate.
Wallahi, seriously, you can come down, inshallah, and we'll definitely take care of you, inshallah. And what we'd love to do is maybe you come down and do a seminar for us at the gym. That'd be beautiful.
Thank you. It will be a pleasure.
So I'm going to hold you to it. Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
But I will not show some takedown, just how to put down.
We need to learn, mashallah. Okay, let's start on your martial arts journey. So let's start from there. This is very interesting because when you think jiu-jitsu, France is not the first place you think about, right? It's like you got America, you have Brazil. I think UK now slowly they're starting to have, good jiu-jitsu players, and the scene here. So just talk us a little bit about how you got into jiu-jitsu.
So I will not tell you the story from the beginning because it can be boring, but just I always love martial arts. You mentioned you look at some movie, Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and all this stuff. I was with my sister. I was trying some Bruce Lee move. I always loved that, So my parents put me in judo, put me in boxing. But I had for someone who loved martial arts, I have a big problem. It was deep inside. I hate hitting people.
Right.
I cannot be energized to go to kick someone, to hit someone. So it's a problem for someone who loves the idea of the martial artist, the samurai idea of this almost invincible human being, and I don't like be kick or punch.
I'm the same, by the way. I'm the same.
So that's why I did a little bit of some judo because there was no hitting, some jiu-jitsu Japanese one,
Yeah.
a little bit, and the long story short, in my one of my job, I met someone who was a Bruce Lee fan, but the absolute Bruce Lee fan. He knows everything about him. He do Jet Kwondo. So I really appreciate this person. He learned me so much about martial art. And I was at one point in my life, I almost gave up on martial arts because I didn't have I didn't find the good shoes for me. And he told me, I heard you speak. Why don't you try this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu thing? It may be good for you. And like everyone, I was thinking about dancing capoeira or something like this. And I do some research on internet. With what we had at this time, it was not very much, but we had some. And I remember the day when I saw the video of Royce Gracie, Rickson Gracie, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I was, I knew there was something. I knew there was a martial art for me. I was like, I could not sleep for almost 3 days. I was just shaking. It was like there was a big piece on this life that was missing.
Missing, yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. So I was reading all the stuff that I could read, buying all the stuff that I could buy to had some more knowledge about this. And my my lucky thing was when I was searching for a club to join to make Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just, I don't know, 10 minutes from my house, there was a black belt at this time. It was one, his name is Abdelaziz Cheridi from Algeria, but he lived in France, born in France, lived in France. Black belt from Carlos Gracie Jr. in Brazil. And he was one of the pioneers, the first
pioneer,
pioneer. He was from the 6 or 7 pioneer in France. When I mean 6 or 7, you know, the first World Championship of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was in 96 in
Brazil.
Yes, Tijuca Tennis Club. And my professor was there. He did the first.
Wow.
He did the first ever World Championship in Brazil. He took a bronze medal, I think, in brown belt. It was my chance, you know. Imagine I have one guy who met Carlos Gracie Jr. and when I was training, he told us all this amazing story about Brazil, about I was living a dream. I was like, it's amazing. So, and little by little, it became a real passion. So from this day, I never go back.
How long ago was
it? It was in 2005.
Okay.
2005. From 2005 to 2008, for 3 years, I was not consistency in my training. I was what babe. I go one day, I go 1 week, I didn't go, you know.
Yeah.
And I could not realize on the mat my all the things that I love from the sport. I was not a regular, so I got beat every single day on the gym. So I love the sport. I finally find the sport, the martial art that fit to me, but I don't. I would love to put an armbar or choke someone, but nothing. The people out there just at this time, during this time, call me just to the first sparring that the first guy that you take to arm. I was that guy, you know. I was that guy.
Why weren't you consistent?
Because at this time I had a work, and 1 week I was working at night, and the other week the day.
I see. Shift.
So
You're doing shift
yes.
work. All right.
So I was missing already 2 weeks in the month, and it was a little gym, and sometimes it was closed 1 month, and so I could not. It was difficult, but I was not. It was okay for me, you know. I was not. But it was okay to one point. To one point, in 2008, 2007, 2008, I said, okay, Samir, this is your last chance. Give everything you have for this sport, or leave the sport and go do some horses or and forget about the martial arts. So from this decision I made with myself, I remember I took a calendar, you know, to check, to be sure don't miss one training. And from this day, I never look back, and little by little, I did my first sweep 3 years after starting, and after maybe I armbar someone. Oh my God, that was the most beautiful day of my life. And I say, man, I need to do one competition. I need to, and from my personality, I'm someone from the basic, I'm very shy, and I'm not at all confident in myself at this time. So to go to compete, it's at this time for me, it's not to win something. I will win something if I have what it takes to put my 2 feet on the mat. If I do this, I won. That was my thing, because, you know, that's my story. I came from far away. This lack of confidence, it was terrible for me. When I was a kid, when the phone rings, I was shy to take the phone to answer the telephone. You know, when my mother asked me to go to buy some bread, I was shy to ask, can I have bread? You know, I come from far away, you know. So,
Samir,
yes.
I'll tell you this, that, Abby, honestly, put the camera on it, bro. How does that sound like me? Do you remember? You know, he used to say to me, you never live. That's why he put me into martial arts. I never used to like to answer the phone. I never used to, all these things that you say, yeah? And I think he saw that in me.
I was smiling again. I was thinking about you. I said, Subhanallah, Muhammad.
It's exactly the same, yeah. And you know what? I've never said this to him for a long time, but subhanAllah, I always think in my head, I always make dua for him, because I was so shy when I was little. He used to get so angry, like. And only now, when I've become a father, I understand the frustration, because it's not anger, it's more like you're worried about him when they grow older. If he can't do this now, what's he gonna be like when he becomes a man? He's never gonna get a job, be married, have kids. So for him, just introducing me to martial arts, that if that's one thing that he's done in his life, he's done many things. I can't even count, mashallah. But when you said this, wallahi, struck a chord in my heart, because it's even today when I start rolling, slap, bump, I have this anxiety inside, and then I forget, oh my God, I'm an adult. I don't have to think like this anymore. But the child inside is still there, you know?
Yes, it was a difficult time for me. And when I was a kid, my mother would, you know, our Arabic parents, it's by the hard way, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, for some. And my mother, with all the love that she had for me, was when I was kid, all the time to say, you will do nothing in your life. all the things that you can imagine, and worse and what. It was very, you know, it's we can smile and laugh about that now.
Yeah.
But when you have this in your kid, you put some bad plant in your head, in the head of a young boy. So I grew up all my young adult life thinking that way, I will do nothing. It was deep inside me. So every time I was trying to do something and I failed, I say, oh, but it's okay, it's normal, because my parents told me I will achieve nothing.
You know, Samir, sometimes, like, there's, you know, when you have two different generations, you know, I don't know, were your parents born in back home, or were they born in France?
No, they're born
back home,
yes, back home.
So sometimes what I've realized as well, like, because I asked my dad one time, I said, look, I said to him, like, when we, because he said those things, you know, but the thing is, what he said to me was, he said, I did it so you can prove me wrong. This is, I'm pushing you, so you prove it. But because the environment, because we're brought up in the West, it's different sensibilities, you know? We have different, they're brought up with, they had to be tough, you know? If you can imagine Algeria or Morocco in the 50s and 60s, you know?
Yes.
Post-war, post-colonialization, you know? So this is something that, well, when I went back home, I saw these are very tough people, man. I read somewhere that, you know, trauma, you know, psychological trauma is hereditary. You can pass it on in your genes as well.
Yes,
so they have, imagine their parents, what they saw and what they went through, and what they saw and what they went through. Now, in our own genes, we carry that trauma of war, of like displacement, of all of this stuff. And then we're trying to grow up in the inner city. So we have not only that, but also now we're come like aliens in this. So you're battling this as well, you know. But alhamdulillah, inshallah, made us stronger, you know. Like
to tell you the truth, brother, Allah help me.
Alhamdulillah.
You know, Allah give me jiu-jitsu to make me rise.
Alhamdulillah.
To make me, because if I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do in my life, because I really start to get involved in jiu-jitsu. I was an adult. I was married, kids. I was about 27 years old.
Same age, same here. I got involved around 27, 28 years old. Yeah.
And when I did my first competition, when I told you my victory will be to step on the mat, I step on the mat. But you know, when the guy called my name on the microphone, oh my God, I just passed out. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna pass. What I'm doing here, you know. So my friend, go. I was like looking down, step on the mat, go Samir, you did it. But my leg was shaking like this. Okay. So the referee say, okay, check your adversary. Okay, I check. I feel the hand strong, man. I look up. Wow, a black man strong. Oh my God, I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die today. And I only knew do one thing at this time. Pulling guard. And I learned from my coach cross choke. Okay, so I didn't pull guard, I jumped guard. At this time it was allowed. I jumped guard. I don't know, I just pull and wait like I was, like I was falling from a mountain, and I was if I let, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So I was like, and eventually the guy stopped.
First, as soon as you start,
First time, yes, in a few seconds he tapped, and I couldn't believe it. What the hell? So I was shocked more than him. For me, it was the first time that I had some kind of success in my life.
Yeah.
Hey, mom, dad, look what I did. The child inside. Hey, look. So and what make me gain confidence little by little, it's when I get back to training, I see the look of my partner changing a little bit on me. They start to see me, this guy won something. And they look at me and they congratulate me. You good, you do good. Well, for the first time of my life, I have an environment of people tell me that I'm good, that I do good. That it was I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here, and if those people think that I'm good, I'm gonna go 100% to reach the full potential that I can have, because I think I had to prove my parents wrong. Literally, when you read some book on entrepreneurship and stuff, they always tell you have to find your why. What is your why? Because the why will motivate you. Okay. But my why at this time was, I'm going to prove them then I can do something. And that was my focus.
Samir, that's what I think. See, that is what they wanted you to do.
Yes.
Maybe not the right way. Maybe not the right way. Maybe it's not the most effective way, but it got the result, It
got the result, but I think now it's likely a risky way.
Of course, 100%.
It's a risky way because I could not have made it. I could, also I have my sister who has been depressed because it was hard for her. So now she's okay. She's okay, but okay. By the hard way, I was ready for that.
Alhamdulillah. Samir, I was going to say to you one thing. Have you seen this cartoon? It's called Monsters, Inc. Kids cartoon.
No, I didn't.
So basically, I always say this to my children, This cartoon, they have these monsters, And these monsters, they scare children. So they live under the bed and they scare children. And when the children scream, they use their scream as like petrol. So when they go back to their house, they put it inside, So what happens is during these monsters, they have this company that they sell and they manufacture these screams to power the monster city, So in the end of the film, they found out that laughter is more powerful than screaming, So I say to them, look, it's important that you use, sometimes, yes, the stick is effective. Yeah, like the army, they
It's
break you
effective.
down, and
Yeah,
it's effective.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes, for sure.
but what's more effective is inspiration. That is something that is way more effective than, you know, if you can inspire people, you never know what they're going to be able to achieve. You know, like
For sure.
like what you just said, like this story right now. You don't know who's listening. Do you understand? You don't know. Like, for example, me, you've inspired me because I have the same problems you had. I had, you know, very shy. And even now in jiu-jitsu, I get a bit kind of, you know, intimidated and stuff like this. And especially in our sport, it's like you can't speak about these things, you know? You have to show that you know what it's like, yeah? I'm sure you've got students and they're all different, right? You have to kind of make sure. What I was going to say to you, Samir, is, so you started in 2005. So as a white belt, when did you realize that I want to do this forever, man? I want to do this 24/7.
I don't know exactly, but you know, in Europe, in Occident, we are taught to go to school, to have a good job, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a mix of both things. One thing, I didn't fit in the corporate world. To have a job.
What
to
was
have
your
a
job
boss.
beforehand, Samir? What were you doing?
I did a few things, but mainly I was a commercial. I was selling things.
Oh, salesman.
Yes, I had my cars and go. At one time, I stopped because I had enough of, you know, you have a lot of pressure. Always do more, always do more, always do more. When you reach something, there's always more, and they pull you down. I said, stop, just it's okay. We went here, we are here. You go. Oh. So at one point, I said, I'm gonna find a job. I want a job with no pressure, with a good salary. It's okay. So I did for 5 years. That was my last job, truck driver.
Wow.
So I drove truck, a big truck. I did this for 5 years. It was a good experience. Everywhere I go, I had a good relationship with people with who I work. But I remember one day it was the end of the journey. I was parking my truck, and I look at one of my colleagues. He was working with me, and this guy almost 60 years old. But 60, but he looked 75. He was working like this, smoking cigarettes, and I had a lot of respect for him. But what I want to say is, man, I don't want to finish like this guy. Because that's the way you go and you finish like this and it's over.
You don't see it happen as well. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 15 years goes by and khalas, it's like you're yeah.
And I can't, when I told you I stayed 5 years, I can't believe I stayed 5 years. For me, it was 1 year, I stayed 5 years. Because when you are in, you...
Routine.
The rat race. You are 5 years, and one day I said stop. I was in my truck, I wrote tag, I don't know, demission. I quit my job.
Resignation.
Resignation. I went to my boss. I said, stop enough. Thank you. You treat me well. It was a very, very good experience, but I can't. No. So he told me, Samir, if I take your thing now, you will not have some help, financial help for a few months.
Yeah.
You know, to. So let's make an arrangement. Stay 1 more month with us for us to find someone to replace you. And after you go, it's okay. And he told me, what do you want to do? What do you do next? I said, I'm going to live from Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What is this? What is this? Oh, so he told me, is there some person in France who live from what you said? So, I don't think so. Samir, it's a risky thing. I said, by the way, I cannot work no more. And I love this thing. I love very much this thing. I want to go all in and see what's happened. If it works, work. If it don't work, it don't work. Yeah. So I stay 1 month to respect my due. It was in 2013.
Okay.
2013. 2 months, 2 years before. 2 years before. Sorry. 2 years before, I create my own team. Because my coach at the time, my first coach, Aziz Shaghi, when I told you, in 2011, he left to Dubai.
Right.
Okay. So I was brown belt at this time. So with 2 friends, we make our team. So 2 years in this adventure, I quit my job.
Alhamdulillah.
I quit my job, but I was not making money. When I went home and I told my wife, "So I quit the job." I was what you gonna do from jiu-jitsu? I'm crazy. And like you, now I have 5 kids. At this time, I had 3 kids. How are we gonna do? I said, look, I cannot do. I'm gonna die if I go to work.
Yeah.
I cannot. I can't. I'm courageous. I'm ready to work hard for these things, but I'm not gonna live a life that I don't want to live. Just I have to try this. So I tried different way. It was hard, really, because when I quit the job, I lost more than half of my salary.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's the price to pay to live your dream. But on the quote on Instagram, it sounds good. But when you have to leave it, when you go home and your wife, you say, "Oh, we had to buy this. I cannot pay this." You make all yourself tons of questions. Did I make the good choice, the good decision? It's it's a battle inside. It's a battle inside. But since I know this is not the way for me, this is what I want. I got fully in, and little by little, but it was struggling, like almost. I say I started the job in 2013, maybe 2018, 2019. I start to
accelerate.
Yes, but for this period, for 6 years,
struggling.
It was yes, survival mode. Survival mode. That's the price to pay, but that's the choice that's the life that I choose to do.
Alhamdulillah. Samir, I had similar experience to you, man, because I quit my job 2016, and what you said was very interesting, and anyone who's listening, is very important that, like you said, when you go through Instagram, there's all these quotes. It's nice to hear, and then you live it in your head. It's like this imaginary scenario in your head. But when you have tawakkul, or when you go and you do it, you have to be prepared that you're going to lose everything.
Yeah.
In your head, you have to think, you know what? I'm prepared to lose everything. That's the only way you're going to feel comfortable. Because I remember the first person I had to speak to was my wife. I said to her, listen, are you prepared? Like, this is what I want. Like yourself. Because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. Impossible. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to put my family in a situation that they didn't sign up for, you know? So I said, look, I know we can do this, but there's going to be a few years where we're going to be, like we have here, like, have you heard of beans on toast?
No, I heard, but I don't know the...
You know, lubia.
Lubia.
We have this British lubia, basically, yeah? It's like a breakfast, it's like you have lubia on bread.
Yes.
Yeah, so if we have to eat that every day, we eat that every day, alhamdulillah. Or we just eat lubia without the bread, yeah? But, like you said, that's why not everyone does it, Samir. If it was easy, everyone will do it, right?
Yes.
So, but you have to pay with sweat and with hard work, sleepless nights, the bank phoning you, the electricity bill, they ask the letters coming through.
Yes.
But alhamdulillah, like, so it took you, in those 5 years, I can imagine what you went through. I can imagine, you know, but did you have a gym? Did you have a place where you were teaching, or was it like private? So how did you do it?
Alors, I have not private gym. In France, I have we call it association. Let's say it's the city that give you the facilities.
Okay.
Okay. But you cannot charge much to the student.
Right. Okay.
You know, this is one big difference between France, England, and the US. The link between the people and the sport in France. In France, in the subconscious mind of the people, the sport is free.
Right. Yeah.
It's a duty. So I had conscience of that. So my plan was internet is emerging, and I'm going to use internet to make my thing. And so I used YouTube and Facebook at the time to make me a name in the French circuit.
Yeah.
To the people who know me.
That's how I come across you, Samir. I came across your videos long time ago.
Yes,
and because you looked Algerian, yeah, it kind of drew me because I didn't know many North Africans doing jiu-jitsu, you know. Judo, yes, it's big, mashallah. But I think that's where you came up. And we know what is unique. It's because it was French. There's literally nothing. There was no content out there like French jiu-jitsu wise.
No, there was not. And you know, so when you start something, I can remember at the time, you know, it's amazing. Now, today, you go on Instagram, on YouTube, you have thousands, I don't know, millions of video of jiu-jitsu, grappling, etc., etc. But you have to remember at this time, it was when you put a technique video, like the older person perceived this as a bad thing. It was not good to publish.
Okay.
It was like you give all the secret to the people.
Right.
You have to keep it. All the old guys, not very older, but the old martial art conception that you know, you have the master who have all the techniques, and he give you the techniques little by little.
Yeah.
It's also in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
It's also in. But at the first, when I start to share things, I was a lot of critical.
Oh, you did, yeah?
Yes, a lot.
From
But
who? Obviously, you don't have to name them, but I mean, what kind
no,
of
no, no,
what kind of
no,
what
no,
kind
no.
of
I would say the people who didn't understand what's happening.
right?
Maybe some haters or some jealous people, but it's okay. But uh, on one side, I had people, oh, I should not put this on internet, and some people say, who is he to put to show?
Yeah,
Did he want something? But you have this only in jiu-jitsu. You have to be a world champion, IBJJF, adult black belt to show something.
yeah,
No, we are just asking this in our sport. So you have this, but, and that what fuels me. I receive tons of messages from beginner who loved what I publish. Thank you so much to show me this. Thank you, Alan, so much. And I said, like you said, you don't know who you inspire.
yeah. So
And subhanallah, one day I was in vacation near Marseille, in the south of France. I enter one supermarket to buy some food. And I met one guy. Oh, Samir Bensai, you know, I start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because of you.
subhanallah, look at that, man.
You know, a little bit. I went out because I will cry. Yeah, just amazing.
Yeah,
And this happened again and again. A lot of people told me that, and each time someone tell me that, it's the most beautiful things that I could never receive.
it's validation.
To inspire.
It's
Yes.
because all the doubt you had, all the doubt inside, you say, should I do this? People are giving you the strength, you know?
Yes, and because of my intention
So,
also, when I do something, when I publish something, you know, when I publish something, when I give the techniques, when I explain the techniques, I just not explain the technique, and the people who watch my video knows it. I explain it to the Samir who struggled when he was white belt. I want him to reach his potential. So I want everybody to not struggle. I want them to go out and have success. So I don't I share what I can and do this because this helped me. This I learned this. I learned this when I was brown belt, but I give you now you are white belt. You can gain time. So and the people who follow me feel it, knows it, because you know when someone fake it,
yeah, so.
and you know when the man is real. So I was real since day one. So I have some haters. That's okay. That's part of the job. But I receive a lot of love, a lot of support. One time, one story. It was in 2018 black belt final in master division in France. I was in the final, master France. So I did the fight and I lose the fight. I lose the final to a guy I didn't know him. I lose to the decision. So we went to the podium, and every time I compete, I'm all in. You know, I put all my heart. So when I win, and when I lose, I cry, literally. I'm all in when I do things. And went to the podium. He got his gold medal. I got my second. So, and the guy told me, Samir, I start with your video on YouTube.
Subhanallah, that's crazy,
Can
man.
you imagine that? That's crazy, man. So, man, you did it. This is what you did. You did that for that.
Yeah.
So you have to be the most happy man. This is what you want. This is what you want. You want people to go to achieve their dream. You did it. It cost you the
gold.
the medal. But I lost the gold, but what I gained was priceless.
Yeah, so
So
that's amazing, man. Like you
that's
said,
a little bit
like the reason why I called you, wallahi, I'm not joking. When I started the podcast, I was like, I wanted you on the podcast, but in my head, I was like, who am I to go and like message him out of? So because it was you, and you know Henna Gracie.
Yes.
So I came across Henna Gracie's video. He used to have this thing called Jiu Jitsu Lifestyle or something. He used to make sandwiches and put avocado on it and eat acai. And, you know, it was basically showing the Jiu Jitsu lifestyle, yeah? And remember, this is like 2007, 6, 7, 8, something like that, yeah? And then I came across, you know, the Gracie Combatives.
Yes, I had at the time. I booked them.
Yeah. So this is before I knew about Jiu Jitsu at all. So, and then almost simultaneously, roughly about, no, I can't remember exactly when, I came across your videos.
Yes, because my channel.
When did you start the
Since
channel?
I started, I think in 2008.
Yeah, so it was quite early. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember.
I was white belt, but I struggled at white belt almost 4 years, 5 years, 4 years. And when I start to be serious, I had a belt almost every year.
You know which one I saw? Which first video I saw, Samir? I remember now. You were in Morocco.
Yes. Ah.
Do you remember that video?
Yes. I did maybe 2 or 3 videos in Morocco. So
yeah,
I did one in Marrakesh. I don't know if...
I think you were in this, there was like, you were inside, I can't remember exactly, but I remember that's the first video I watched. I remember one of those 3 videos. I was like, oh, mashallah,
okay.
like he's from, you know, North Africa. I was like that. Then I started following you slowly. And then recently, I kind of lost touch a little bit. Then recently, I was like, yes, definitely, I'm going to go ask him now. So that's why I remember when I reached out on Instagram, I was like, because I saw some of your articles as well online. I think you were interviewed, or I know you got a website. So you've got a blog, right?
Yes, I had a website, but it's not
updated. Yeah. But there's
updated.
There's some good articles on there as well.
Yes, and I was interviewed but a long time ago by you know the website BGG Eastern.
Yeah, that's the BGG Eastern Europe or something. Yeah.
Yes.
So mashallah, like with regards to that, that's why I thought, you know what, I definitely want me from a selfish reason. I wanted to hear your story. Like, how did you even get into this? And subhanAllah, this is like a dream that's kind of you know. And wallahi, I want to reach out to more. I want to do more videos. Inshallah, if we can do something together. Maybe when you come down, or
yeah, for sure.
That'd be good.
And we have to. We don't have to be shy no more. You have to share our little light to the people who doubt, like we used to. So, and everything is possible. You know, I was bad at school, like most of the people I know. By the way, I never know people who tell me I was very good at school. But I managed in 2019. I don't know if you heard about it, but to write some bit of my story.
Oh, you got a book?
So,
yes.
Yes, I wrote a book. So it's just in French. It's just in French language. It's not in English, but and it has quite a success. It was the people.
I came across this one. Yeah, mashallah.
Yes. Yes,
you need to get it translated, Samir, man.
Yes. I will do it. I will do it because I was reading the commentary on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I saw it helps a lot of people, because the book is about Jiu Jitsu, and the subtitle is in English. I will say the way to get better, but it's in.
How do you say it in French?
Le livre qui vous aide à devenir meilleur.
The
book who help you. Yeah, the book will help you to get better, but in a sense, it can help you to get better in jiu-jitsu because I explained something, how to train and stuff, but how to get better modestly, with humility in life also. Because I share some struggles, but with not in the sense of I'm complaining of something.
Yeah,
I enjoy life. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. This is part of life. We are here to experience and just to.
How long did it take you to write it? What was that process like? What was that process like?
I have the book here. One time I said the book came from. As a Muslim, I don't want to. I measure my word, but I would say it's like it came from hell. C'est-à-dire, I was in a period of my life in 2019, like the worst period of my life.
Oh, subhanallah.
Yeah. The business started to went good, but some family issue. It was very tough, very tough, very tough. And I felt like a how to say when you swim and you go
drowning.
Yes. Yeah. I felt like yes. And I said, if I do nothing, I'm gonna drown. I'm gonna fall. So I started to write. First, I started to write, just write what I feel inside because I had to express myself just for me.
Therapy.
Yes. But I didn't know it was a therapy. I just write, and I write maybe 4 or 5 straight days.
Wow.
But just the morning, just 2 hours in the morning. Just I woke up and I put my just write.
Was it with a pen or on the computer?
No, on my computer.
Oh, okay, right.
On my computer, and the 6th day. I feel I have a lot of things to say. Like it was here, you just want to go out. So, and everything came. My parents, jiu-jitsu, how jiu-jitsu helped me, how I was here, how with my kids, how things. And I said, okay, I will try a few more days to if it comes. All right. And I say, man, if I keep this rhythm for 30 days, 1 month, at the end I have a book. And I managed to write at least 1,000 words a day. It's not
a day.
It's a day. It's almost 4 pages.
Okay.
On the book, it's almost 4 pages. I did my so I said, if I do this for 1 month, I have a book at the end. So I start. It was July. I said at the end of the summer, I have my book. I'm gonna do it. So like I told you, it was in my life. It was quite difficult. So I planned all my energy in this, and to survive. I write to survive. Boom, 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 and when it came out, the people of Jiu-Jitsu in France really love it. Every day I receive 1 message or 2. Now, at the beginning it was a lot, but now people thanks me because I spoke in the book of the unspoken. I make words on the failure, on the doubt that we all have, but we don't tell. We don't. I don't know how it's in English. on n'ose pas les dire. C'est-à-dire, we say,
Unsaid.
The unsaid thing, because we are afraid of. No, we are not afraid of the judgment.
Sorry, Abby?
The guests to say it, yeah, to
Oh, you don't have the courage to say these words, or like.
Not the courage, and more deep, it's we have the culpability. We told this in English. Culpability.
Culpability, yeah.
Culpability. We have the culpability of this feeling. Why I feel this? Why I should not feel this? Why? I'm weak. So no, I put all in. I put all in. And the people, the young guys who start jiu-jitsu, this guy is like that, and you feel this, and but he feel the thing that I felt. So, but it's normal. So just okay, I keep going. So so for me, it's the better medal that I could ever win. Those messages, those inspiration, those little inspiration that I can give to someone, it's priceless.
So can I see, have you got the book with you?
Yes, I have. Always have, because just in French. I will try maybe to find someone to make the translation.
Inshallah.
I will see maybe. Inshallah.
Definitely.
I will send you. I will send you one copy in French.
I will buy one, man. Don't worry. We've already. No, Samir.
No.
I want to contribute, Habibi. Come on.
No, it's okay. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Barakallah
Give
fik,
me your
Samir. I
address.
appreciate that.
I shipping to you.
Oh, you're a star, man. Barakallah fik, Samir. I think that to wrap up, first I just want to thank you for coming on. Wallahi, it means a lot to me. Wallahi, it does, because I have reached out to other people and they don't message back, or they don't. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Which is fine. It's not a problem. But especially from our community, you know, the Muslim community, even the Algerian and Moroccan community, like, we need to show good role models that are doing good things. You know, it's very important, because if you look at it, especially in France now, you've got the rappers, you've got these guys that are, you know what it's like, the French rap scene, and only violence, and I'm not, like, there's a lot of that's being promoted, but the guys that are in the background that are doing things, they're good fathers, they're good sons, they're contributing to their community, trying to make things different. They're trying to that no one really, like you said, shine a light on these things. So I appreciate you coming on, inshallah. And I guess we can end on this one. If there's someone listening here, we do have a lot of people like this that maybe are struggling to start something like jiu-jitsu. Yeah, they want to, but something's stopping them. Like, what advice would you give them? This is you speaking directly to them.
Just try it. Try, and you will know if it's for you or not. Just try. By the way, the best, one of the best slogan in the world. I don't want to make some commercial, but just do it.
Just do it, yeah. So don't overthink it.
No, we just overthink always.
Yeah.
Just do it. Go. You fall. And maybe it can change your life. It can make some connection. You never know. But if you stay at home, nothing's gonna happen.
And that can go for anything. A new job, marriage, or whatever it is. You just...
The people nowadays are frozen of everything. Just go. Risk. I have to my kids, go risk. Go out. Try to live in another country. Come back. Fall. Come. Go. Try. And you will come with the experience that you can share with us. So,
how old are your kids, Samir?
My first has 20 years old.
MashaAllah.
His name is Mohammed. I have a second, Bilal, 16 years old. He's full in jiu-jitsu now.
He's what, sorry? Fully in, yeah?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, blue belt. He wants to compete. I have Hamza. football, soccer. Soccer.
No jiu-jitsu
The
at
real-
all.
He did some jiu-jitsu and he was very good. Young age.
Yeah.
For maybe 3 years, he never lost a fight in competition.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
But his thing is the
Football.
football. So I encourage him to go. It's okay. I have my little princess Asma.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. I saw her on the videos. Yeah, MashaAllah. May Allah protect her.
Yeah. I mean, and she liked the horse.
Horses, yeah?
Yeah, horses.
Expensive habit, man.
Yes. And she wants one in the garden every day. She, Papa, Dad, I want a horse in the garden, please. Yes. Maybe.
You need to sell more
We
books,
can,
Samir.
Yes, a lot.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Good.
And
What
I have
about
a little one.
how was the littlest one?
Adam, he has 2 years. and a half.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. And your oldest, no jiu-jitsu?
He did some. He did from 4 to 11, and life happen.
Yeah. I think my one's the same. They hit 11, 12, 13, that age. And then they start to make their own mind, innit? They want to do their own thing.
Yes.
And
Yes. Even the second one, at one time he stopped for 2 years. He tried things and he came back 2 years ago, and now he's full in.
And last question I'm going to ask you is, if someone's near where's your club?
Now I'm like Rona. I don't have a club now.
Ronin. So you travel?
Yes, now, but it's just for now because I had a few projects. I had 1-2 years in Morocco, but it didn't happen because of the COVID issue.
Yeah.
I stayed 3 or 4 months in Morocco, but I came back. I had a project in Switzerland. I went out there. I stayed almost 1 year and a half, but I decided to come back here. So now, listen, my main goal is to have my own academy, private academy.
Inshallah.
But I'm quite hesitate. I do not, because I know once I have to stay here and I cannot move.
Yes.
So that's why for now I'm training with my friends. Maybe I'm going to do something, a little team just to train, and I will see.
So you're teaching at your friend. You're teaching at the videos we see on Instagram. Are they your friends' clubs?
So the last video that you saw on Instagram, when you can see white mats.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I was. It was in Switzerland. I was the teacher here for 1 year, so that was my team.
Right.
So to tell you the truth, normally I was planning to go back to Switzerland. I came here for Ramadan to spend time with my family.
Yeah.
And when I spend time here with my family, I felt I don't want to go back and let them.
Yeah.
I felt good with my kids. They were happy to see me, and so I decided to stay here. And
Alhamdulillah.
I'm always working, so inshallah a new project will emerge.
Inshallah. Any new projects, let us know. We can promote you as well, inshallah. We're trying to grow our French audience. I even asked my dad, inshallah, he's going to start doing French subtitles for the.
Okay.
So.
But maybe you can send me the video. I can put on my YouTube channel if you want.
Yeah, definitely, bro. We can do that.
I'll make the link of your video.
Yeah.
And for the moment, the people who want to follow me, they can follow me on Instagram and on YouTube.
Okay.
And I have an email list, and I contact them when there's new things or stuff.
MashaAllah. So we'll put that in the description anyway, inshallah. And
thank you.
I've lost thing because you said you live in whereabouts in Paris, outskirts of Paris do you live?
Sorry, I didn't.
Whereabouts exactly do you live? What's the town called?
The place, the city called Savigny-le-Temple.
Savignon? Savigny-le-Temps.
Yes.
Savigny-le-Temps. Abby, do you know that place?
Ouais.
No? Oh, okay, it doesn't. I only know Barbès, that's it. That's all I know, man.
It's deep Paris.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I know. I know Paris, I know Barbès, I know Avignon, I know Grenoble, I know Marseille. Gave, yeah. What else? Would you?
If you know Marseille, it's okay.
Yeah, Marseille. For me, when I went to Marseille. What? Saint-Louis. Oh, in Marseille. Yeah, I came. Saint-Louis.
Yeah.
Do you know Saint-Louis?
No.
In Marseille?
I know Saint-Louis.
Saint-Louis.
Saint-Louis, it's something to eat.
Oh. Alhamdulillah. And my dad, I said to him, like, I made him watch a video of yours, yeah? I said to him, like, where do you think the accent's from? He goes, definitely Paris, man. Because you could tell he's from Paris, the accent.
The dad is knowing.
He knows, man, he knows.
He knows.
He said, yeah, mashallah, he's... So, Samir, barakallahu fik for everything, for taking your time out, and inshallah, let you enjoy the rest of it, and enjoy the match as well. You're going to watch it, yeah?
Yes, I'm going to watch the match.
Yeah, 15 minutes, inshallah, should be on. So, barakallahu fik, Samir. And from me and everyone at the team, I'll see you on the next one.